Let's talk about something that might sit heavy. Did you truly fall in love with you, or the version of you that made everything easy? The agreeable version, the calm version, the one that did not challenge, did not complain, did not complicate things. And now you are wondering, if I show up fully as myself, would this love still feel the same? Did they fall in love with you, or the version of you that kept everything easy? Welcome to unUnion Chronicles podcast, where we go beyond surface love and talk about the deeper reality shaping our relationships. Today we are unpacking something many people experience but rarely admit: people pleasing in relationships, and how it leads to emotional disconnection and even a relationship identity crisis. Love should be a place where you feel safe to be yourself. But what happens when love becomes a place where you feel the need to perform? Not intentionally, not manipulative, but subtle, gradually, emotionally, you become more agreeable than honest, more accommodating than authentic, more easy than expressive. Because somewhere along the line you learned this version of me is easier to love, and so you hold on to that version even when it no longer feels like you. That is how losing yourself in love evolves into something deeper, performing love instead of living it. Let's call it what it is. Not all acts of love are truly love. Some are people pleasing in relationships. You say yes when you mean no. You agree when you feel differently. You prioritize their comfort over your truth. And you tell yourself, I am just being supportive. I don't want to stress them. I love them, so it is okay. Here is the deeper truth. When your love consistently requires you to ignore yourself, it is no longer love, it is self-neglect. People pleasing feels good in the moment because it avoids tension. But over time, it creates intentional frustration, emotional imbalance, a growing distance from who you truly are. Because real love should not require constant self-sacrifice to feel stable. Many people don't start relationship as their full authentic. They present a safe version, the version that is less confrontational, more agreeable, less demanding, more acceptable. Why? Because of quiet fear. If I show all of me, will I still be acceptable? So you edit yourself. You remove the parts that feel too much. You soften your opinions. You minimize your needs. And it works at first. The relationship flows. There is peace. There is connection. But here is the problem. You were loved in your edited form. So now, showing your full self feels risky. And that is how authentic self in marriage becomes difficult. Because you are trying to introduce a version of yourself that was never fully present. Let's talk about the beginning stage. You were easygoing, always available, always understanding, always accommodating. And your partner got used to this version of you. So as time passes, you have grown, you have become more aware, you want to express more, but there is pressure. Pressure to remain the cool partner, the understanding one, the one who never makes things difficult. So instead of evolving naturally, you may feel stuck maintaining a version of yourself that no longer reflects who you are. And every time you try to step out of that version, it feels like you are changing too much, you are doing too much. This is where many people experience a relationship identity crisis because they are no longer aligned with who they were, but feel unsafe becoming who they are. Now, here is the deepest part of all. When you constantly perform a version of yourself, you don't just disconnect from your partner, you disconnect from yourself. You stop asking, what do I really feel? What do I actually want? Because your focus becomes what will keep things smoothly. What version of me works best here? And slowly you lose touch with your own emotional reality. You may still be present in the relationship, but internally you feel distanced, unfulfilled, unseen, not because your partner does not care, but because the real you is not fully present to be known. And that is the quiet pain of emotional disconnection. And I want you to take this. If you must perform to be loved, you will always feel unseen, even in marriage. Are you being loved for who you truly are, or for how well you perform love? And if the answer feels uncomfortable, don't ignore it. Because real love is not built on performance, it is built on truth. Stay tuned. In the next episode, finding yourself again without breaking what you built. We'll talk about how to reconnect with your authentic self, set boundaries, and grow without destroying the relationship you have invested in. If this resonated with you, take a moment to sit with it. Because the goal is not just to be loved, it is to be loved as your true, whole, and authentic self. Thank you. Yours, Disa Therapist.